Hello chess friends, and welcome to Azarov's chess channel, and welcome to my advanced chess theory and to another part of the King's Indian defense. Today again against the 4-pawn attack from black's perspective, of course, and I wanted to show you a liberating line for black, how you get to manage to get out of this complex line and simplify the position in the early stage of the game. So today I wanted to show you a game. It was played in 2010 between Gunnar Kirschbaum with the white pieces and Levon Aronian with the black pieces. And Levon Aronian, he is sort of my favorite grandmaster from these days. My son, he was born 7 months ago, and he was named after this very strong grandmaster. So my son wears his name, and I hope that my son will also be a chess freak as I am. So I'll be able to bring him my love for bringing my love for this game, for this extra game that we all play and we all like. And well, Levon Aronian, I don't know, although he's not one of the top grandmasters now, but I like his style. He always finds these new lines. He's trying always to find novelties into the game, and that's why his games are always dynamic, and I always like to watch his games. So today, the game I wanted to show, it was played with black by him, and here I wanted to show you this liberating line for black against the 4-pawn attack. So here we have d4, knight f6, c4, g6, knight on c3, bishop to g7, e4, castling, f4, and d6. Now we have this common 4-pawn attack setup, and now knight on f3. Again, I'm recommending you to go in Benoni style, and after d5, again this breaking this pawn chain in the center with the move e6. Now white plays bishop to e2, and Aronian took on d5. So after the c takes d5 here, this is the line that I wanted to show. It's an important moment now for you to memorize, and it's the move b5. So you see, now white has this good pawn structure in the center, but you already make this b5 move. And let me show you the continuation. If bishop takes on b5, then you can take this pawn on e4 with the knight, and you see now you broke his pawn structure in the center. That was our idea all the time. And after taking, then you have this move queen to a5. So if white goes on f2, then you simply take the bishop, and if knight goes on c3, then you simply take the knight, of course, the protector of the bishop. And now queen takes on b5. So you see now you prevented with this diagonal, you prevented white to castle, and continuation would be maybe king to f2. But you see now the problem is that you have this light square control all over the board. That's unpreventable, and okay, black is slightly better here, but the continuation would be maybe knight on d7, rook to e1, of course, with preparations of sort of castling. But you have maybe knight on b6 with the support of bishop to b7, and attacking this weak 5 of on d5. So that's this. Well, it's a clear line for you. You can memorize it very easily, and you get out of complex situation in the 4-pawn attack. So in the game was played e5 instead of taking with something on b5, because of course if in this position the knight takes on b5, then you simply take with the knight, and you have a better position, of course. So in the game, Kirschbaum played e5, and Aronian took, and after taking, you see again he challenges white here on the central pawns, and white decided to to hang on to the center, so he played bishop to f4. But now the other knight comes into the game. You see again, black isn't worried about losing this pawn. We simply go straight forward for this pawn. We want to break the center as told, and now white played e6. Of course, now you see the problem here about this e6 is that it really opens after taking on e6 this f file for the rook, and after move knight on g5 with an attack on the knight, Aronian finds this very good move. He took now the e6 pawn, and after taking bishop, now he take the bishop on f4. So he prevents now white from castle. Of course, white can take the pawn, which he did with the bishop, and Aronian simply goes with king to h8. And you see now white's problems. Black has this idea of playing maybe bishop to d4 with an attack on f2. He has b4 possibilities with c4 followed. He can play even bishop to a6 or moves like that. But of course the knight is hanging, and well, white has to react, and he played he thought that he's going into aggressive line with the move h4, but it's really a bad move, because you see now Aronian took the bishop on e6, and after taking he found a really good tactical shot. Rook takes on h4. Of course, if the knight takes, then he simply takes the rook. The king has to move, of course, maybe here, and this would be of course a winning game for black with the piece up and the pawn and 2 pawns up. Of course, a winning game. So after that, after this stunner, white castled, and here Aronian plays queen to d6. You see now the dark square problems around white king, and of course even mating threats around the king. So now came rook to f7. Aronian plays this move that I told you. Now bishop to d4, and after pawn takes on d4, knight on b5 came with an attack on the queen. But you see now queen took on d5, and after support of the rook on f1, king to g8 came, and here is where white resigned, because you see the rook hasn't good square to go. If the rook goes maybe on f2, then he has problems around the king, and if it goes I don't know, maybe something like f6, again the same thing. And if the rook goes somewhere on the 7th rank, of course, again this e5 possibilities with an attack and the support of the other rook. So here is where white resigned, and here is black much better. And you see from this perspective, from black's perspective, of course, I want to memorize this line with this early b5 here. It's very important for you to know if you don't want to go in complex 4-pawn attacks position. So the continuation, of course, leads to a slightly better game for black, but if you don't want to learn all these lines, this is a particular line that can bring you much success, I think. So thank you for watching, guys, and chess is the best.